All right, so we're back again with another cargo van video, and today we're gonna get into the benefits of starting a cargo van business. So let's jump right into it. All right, so I'd say just for starters, the number one benefit that you will have from starting a cargo van business is your freedom and the flexibility in your schedule. So just mainly like I said, if you're working a 9 to 5, and I said this is me personally, because when I was working a 9 to 5, this is some of the things that I went through that I really wanted to get away from. But just as far as like having to worry about, you know, a point system and having to have a dedicated schedule to being somewhere, and then if you don't meet that schedule, or if you're unable to, you know, come to work that day, or if you have any issues at home, there's no consequences, or there's nothing that's, you know, basically being held against you for not being able to be there on that schedule. So I say like just the freedom of having that flexibility, and then just also, like I said, being your own boss. So there's no point system, there's nothing being held against you. Like I said, there's one day to where it's like I can't go in to do my contract, or I can't go in to, you know, be there on that day to do the day of work for my contract. I don't get any type of consequences. Like I can just call them and just say, hey, today I'm not gonna make it because I'm not feeling well, or I have to go run some errands, or, you know, whatever. I don't have to really think of like anything that's gonna be, you know, worth me not going there. Like it could be just the fact that I don't want to go to work that day. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say that though, because like I'm not like that type of person to just be like, oh well, I'm not gonna come in today just because, you know, I'm not even that type of person. But I'm just kind of saying that as an example. Like, you know, if that was the case, you can just let them know straight up, I can't be there today because I have to go visit somebody, or I have to go run some errands, or I have to go do this or that, and they can't hold any consequences against you. No, unless you're doing that too often. Like if you do it too often to where it's like you're missing 2 to 3 days a week, like doing just with nonsense, then at that point they may eventually terminate your contract, because, you know, obviously it's all about who wants to eat out here, who wants to go and get it the most. So like if you don't want to eat, and, you know, you're just trying to get a little bit, and then it's to the point to where they may find somebody else that is available every day and just terminate your contract and go with another person. So that is possible to where, like, you know, like I said, if you're just taking advantage of that too much, it could lead to you being terminated on your contract. Like, so that's why I say, I mean, it's just more or less just to the point to where it's like, use it for, you know, like I said, like use it for things that make sense. Like don't just be like out here, well, trying to just take off every other day just because you know you can, because that's lazy. And if you have that mindset, you won't succeed at a business anyway. So you have to be one of those people that goes and gets it every day, and like wants to eat it every day. And then like I said, once you've put that work in and you've shown what you're capable of, then it's okay to be like, okay, well, I can't come in for this day, or I might want to take a whole 2-3 weeks or a month. I want to take a whole month off and just say I won't be here until next month, and that's fine. Like I said, that's the thing. That's the beauty of it, to where it's like you're your own boss. So as long as you've proven your worth, they're fine with it. But like I said, don't go into the contract, you know, within your first month or first couple of weeks and just start not coming in, or start telling them, oh, I can't make it because of this and that, and a bunch of excuses, because that right there will make them feel like, well, you don't really want to make any money. So it's like at that point you're kind of like you're messing it up for yourself. Like I said, now you want to actually get established with the company first before you start doing stuff like that, or with the contract. So, but like I said, that's one of the beauties of it. Like I said, because there's either way it goes, like they can't give you any type of a point system, or write you up, or something like that, like to where it's like you're getting punished for not being able to make it into their schedule. So that's definitely one of the biggest benefits that I've ran into, and that I like about it. And then also just being able to, like I said, to be able to set up your own things, and set up your own schedule, and just lead your own path. That's also a big benefit of it, because like I said, everybody doesn't want to have somebody, you know, leading for them and telling them what their day-to-day schedule is going to be. Like, you know, some people actually want to be able to go out here and set it up for themselves and, you know, be the boss of their own day, and just basically you don't have anybody breathing behind your neck whenever you're trying to get something done. Like, you're just basically, you're leading your own path, to where it's like, you know, like I said, I mean, everybody's not like that, to where like some people may like being, you know, told what to do, and they may need somebody to actually spoon feed them the work, which is nothing wrong with that. But like I said, me personally, I like to be able to lead my own path and, you know, work at my own pace and set my own goals throughout the day, because that just, you know, that makes me content with what I'm doing. Like, I don't want anybody trying to tell me how to work and be like, oh, well, you know, this is the best way to do it, and, you know, if you don't do it this way, then it's a good chance things won't work out. Like, you know, so it's like you kind of want to be able to do things your own way, and then, like I said, set your own value. So that's definitely a benefit of it. And then just also, like, you know, being able to make really good money, and like I said, like compared to like working at a regular job, you're gonna make way more. Because like I said, I was doing customer service representative work, and I did that for like, I was working at the company I was at for, it was like 3 going on 4 years, right there, 4 years. And like I said, in that time frame, I probably had got like, what, 2 raises. And like I said, that's a 3 to 4 year time frame. I got like 2 raises in that point, so it wasn't like annual raises or anything. And like I said, overall, I ended off at like $15 and some change. So like, that's, if doing the math on that, like after taxes and stuff, like I was making like right around $500 every 2 weeks. So it's like $1,000 a month. So like I said, I mean, I've told you guys how much I make doing this, and, you know, like I said, you gotta look at that and just think, well, hell, I was doing $1,000 a month doing that type of work. And then if you know about customer service representative, that's kind of like it can be nerve-wracking, to where you gotta deal with people's problems and issues on orders, and you kind of gotta sit there and just mediate and just deal with people just, you know, freaking out, going crazy over whatever didn't go their way. So like I said, I mean, and that right there is that can get on your nerves. Like, I mean, honestly, it really can. But like I said, I was doing that for that long, ended off making like $15 and some change. And like I said, now I'm able to pull in $1,500 to $2,000 a week driving for myself and, you know, be my own boss. So like I said, now I'm making more than I was making in a whole month in a week doing this. So that's why I'm like, that's the next best thing, is just being able to make good money. And then, like I said, I don't have like a college degree or anything. I have like I'm just a high school graduate, basically. So like, I don't have any degree or anything that makes me stand out from the next person. So that's also a benefit of doing this too, because, you know, like I said, you get paid good money, and it's like, I don't have to sit here and I didn't have to go and get a degree or try to go do anything to further my education. I'm just doing this off of a high school graduate, you know, education. So it's like, that right there is also a benefit of it too, because most people that just are high school graduates, like, unless you know somebody that can get you into a really good position, most people don't make very much money that just have a high school education. Like, and 9 times out of 10, when you do go to a business that is maybe a corporate business, you can get pushed to some type of a position that may be, you know, college degree worthy or whatever, but it takes a lot of time to put into that company. Like, you got to put a lot of time into that company, and then you also got to prove that you're worthy enough for that position. So like, you know, you may spend a whole bunch of time trying to get to a good pay, and then once you get there, it's kind of like, well, now you got to work your butt off, and you definitely can't, you know, go within the lines of what's set up, because at any point in time you could be replaced just like that, because you don't have the credentials off gate to even be doing the position. So that's why I'm like, it can be real nerve-wracking just being a high school graduate and trying to make good money out here in the workforce, because there's always competition. There's always kids. There's kids graduating every year. So it's like, you know, there's always somebody else that's willing to come into your position and willing to accept less money and they'll pay them that money just to come train them to do your job, rather than them going and giving you a raise and paying you more money to be more efficient. So, and I've noticed that too with the workforce, to where like they really don't value you as much as you think they do. Like, and I've done like all types of work. I've done, like I said, the basic level of customer service, like working at fast food restaurants, and I've also done corporate level customer service, like just being in the office doing all that. I've done that too. Then I've worked in the warehouse and done logistics. I've done forklift. I've done dock unloader. I've done picker and packer. So I've done pretty much all the positions you could do in the warehouse. I mean, besides like being like a manager, I don't even want to do that anyway. But so like I've done all that, like production work. I've done that too in the warehouse. So like I've done just about all the different fields of work for a high school graduate. So but yeah, that's also what led me to wanting to get my own business, because I took all those skills I learned from each position and apply that to my own business. So but yeah, that's, like I said, that's definitely a benefit also. And like I said, overall, like I say, one of the biggest benefits of doing this is just being able to be happy with what you do. Like, cause that's the main thing. Because like, I know me, when I did work a job, a lot of times I dreaded working, like to where like I would go into work and like my morning would start off bad almost every day, because I knew in the back of my head that like I didn't want to be here. So, and that right there would always lead me into like, I'm gonna say not doing a good job, but it just lead me into like just having like bad energy on the job, to where it's like I don't really want to be here. And like you know what I mean, like it's like I'm just here just to be here, basically, just because I need the money. And that was kind of what that was my whole attitude at most of the jobs I didn't like, as far as like, and that was mainly like the fast food and like a lot of the warehouse stuff. Like I didn't overall like it. And I just kind of like, sometimes in a few of the jobs I had, like depending on my team, like my coworkers, that also played a part too. Because sometimes you get jobs that you do like, but your coworkers are, like they're just not, you can't really you don't really mix well with them, like to where it's like they make it harder to be there too, because they can be annoying. Or it could just be your manager or your supervisor that you don't like, and that makes it harder for you. So, and then I've had jobs where like I actually didn't like the job, but I liked my coworkers, to where it was a good team. And that right there is what kept me there for so long, because like I didn't want to feel like I missed out on my team, and I didn't want to like let my team down. So that made me work harder also. So like I said, it's been both ways for me, as far as like just working in the workforce. And that's why I say overall, like you just gotta just take it into your own hands and see what's right. But like I said, it's a lot of benefits for doing this. But like I said, I mean, it just all depends on what you're doing, and if you're satisfied with what you're doing. Because some people are satisfied with working at their jobs, and that they don't really want to leave. But me personally, I was never satisfied. I'm just one of those people that if I know I can get more, I'm looking for more. So, and that's kind of what kept me going. But like I said, I'd say like like I said, it's all about the person, and what you want out of life. And like I said, I know one of the biggest things for me was that I felt like I worked a lot, and I worked really hard, and I just never really got valued at my companies. So that led me to just overall wanting to branch out and figure out what's next, and then just putting this all together to just take this on for myself and create my own business. But like I said, you guys kind of share your experiences with me, and then just let me know exactly like what situation you have right now. And then just kind of, like I said, like look at your situation and then compare it to what can be, and then make those steps to get to where you need to go. So but yeah, like I said, you guys can comment or just like I said, shoot me some questions through the DM and at Cargo Van Leo at Instagram, and I'm willing to help with your journey and just kind of give you some insight on what may be the best, best move for you. But you guys have a good one. Hope you enjoy this video.